Yay! So we're into chapter 6. We're more than halfway there. We're so close to being there. All right, so we have a treasure chest. It lays 100 miles below sea level. Write a positive or negative integer that represents the situation. This is like the best stuff ever. The easiest stuff ever. You're going to love it. Remember, if we think of our little drawing, remember we used to draw this little drawing, and there would be a 0, and then anything above that would be in the plus signs. Anything below that would be negative. So if we have something that's below sea level, we would have it -1 would be right here. Well, if it's 100, it would be negative, you know it, 100. Ta-da! So it doesn't get any easier than that. So now we're going to go into graphing -7 and its opposite. So we have to do -7 and its opposite. So here's our -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. And the opposite of that would be positive. +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the way that we look at this is we would do -7 over here. 0 would be our central or our middle number. And then this would be +7. We don't even have to put the positive right there. We just use it as 7. And you're done. How easy is this stuff? Okay, so we're going to do this as a number line. We look at our numbers, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line, a literal line. So we're going to draw a line, and we're going to put 0 on there, and we're going to put anything above 0 on this side of the line, and anything below 0 to the left of the line. So we're going to put our 0 right in the middle, and then when I look at this, I see the number 2 comes next, and then the number 3. Now the smallest number is going to go this way. And when I think of it, hold on, here's our 0, here's our 2, here's our 3, and then here comes our negatives. So we look over here and we have -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see what else we got. We also have a -8. So we're going to move this tile right here, and above it we're going to write -8. So that would be the way that you would do it. Those would be the order from least to biggest, because it's not about the number size, it's about the distance from 0. When you're looking at the negative numbers, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from 0. So if I owed somebody $5, I would owe them or be in debt less than if I owed somebody $8. Same thing here, it's the closer to 0. So if I have $2, that's going to be less than if I had $3. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to put these things in order from least to greatest. How easy is this, people? Okay, this one is the wording. A number is at most 0. They're giving us clues. A number is at most 0. So we know that it can't be 2, it can't be 3, it can't be any of this. It has to be less than 0, because at most it's 0. So I'm going to take away all of these. It's got to be less, 0 or less. Okay? All right, so now let's listen to the next part. The second part is it's got to be greater than -10. It's got to be greater than -10. Okay, so here I have -8. I've got -9 and -10. Well, it has to be greater than -10, so it can't be -10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we established that even though 9 is a bigger integer, in this case, it's the smaller negative because it's not 9, it's actually -9. This is like being in debt for $9 or you're below sea level 9 feet. So this is going to be the smallest numbers. So this is going to be the smallest, and this is going to be the greatest. So the least it could be is 9. the greatest it can be is 0. Again, the least possible integer of this is going to be -9, and the greatest that this can possibly be is 0. We have -2 1/2 and -2 1/8. This is, again, just don't let it freak you out because you have a negative sign in front of it. Every time I do something, I always draw a picture. Well, both of these have 2, so that we're really not comparing apples to apples here. Everything's the same. What we are comparing is the fraction itself, because if the whole number is the same, we're not really comparing that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the eighth. One says 1/2, and remember, the farther away that we get to away from 0, the smaller our number is. Okay? When we're going opposite, we're not getting bigger, we're getting smaller because the negative number is just going to be smaller. So we have 1/2. Okay, so we're looking at negative numbers, and we're looking at 1/2 compared to 1/8. So this is, oops, our 1/8. I'm going to kind of pull this in. There we go. And we can see that our 1/8 is going to be smaller than our 1/2 by considerable amount. Okay. It's not letting me do what I wanted to do, so I'm going to do the best that I can. At any rate, so there's 4/8 here equals 1/2, and here is just 1/8. So it's going to be better like if I owe somebody 1/8 of a pie versus I owe somebody 4/8 of a pie. I owe 4 people slices versus I only owe 1 person a slice. So that is what we're looking at right here. So 2 1/8 is smaller than 2 1/2. When we're looking at it as a negative number, we have to remember we're coming from 0. So it would be better to owe this amount. So this amount is going to be the bigger amount. So it's going to be -2 1/8 is larger or closer to 0 or closer to the positive numbers than -2 1/2. Okay, so when we're looking at this, the reason why we pick this is because 2 1/2 would be less than 2 1/8, because 2 1/2 is to the left. Remember a little number line here. It's farther to the left than 2 1/8 is on the number line. So when we graph -2/4 and -2/9, again, over here somewhere is 0, and then we go -2, -2.1, -2.2, and we go all the way to -2.4, and then we keep going to -2.9. Okay, I'm not going to do this problem for you. What I want you to do is I want you to draw a line, and I want you to go from least to greatest. Remember, the one that's furthest away from the 0 is going to be the least. The one closer to the 0 is going to be the greatest. But I will tell you that when I look at these numbers, I would form them all to eighths. So I would make this into 3/8. I would make this into, if I'm going to get from, well, let me go ahead and show you. So the first thing you have to do is, because this is an 8 right here, what I would do is I would convert all of these to eighths. And the way that you do that is I'm going to show you with the 1/2. It's super easy. How do I get from 2 to 8? Well, I had to multiply by 4. So here I multiply by 4. So now I have 4/8. Remember, these are all negative numbers. So on my number line, I'm going to find my 0, and they're all going to be negatives. So somewhere over here, I'm going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 4/8 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here, I'm going to write -4/8. And remember, 0 is the biggest. So whatever number is closest to the 0 is the biggest. So it would just be like a regular number line after this. And whatever number is to the right is going to be the biggest. So that when I put these on the number line, it's already going to be in order from least to greatest. So that's what I want you to do right now. So I want you to convert everything to eighths and go from there. So when I look at the next number, 3/4 or -3/4, well, 4 times 2 gets me to 8. So 3 times 2 is going to get me to 6, 6/8. So now I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is going to be negative 6/8. And you keep doing it and you will get there. And then you're going to just go ahead and record them accordingly. So this is one of those questions, like the big ideas always comes to where I feel like exercise 8, it's kind of teaching to the test. And I don't like that kind of question. So what I'm going to tell you is that when you have golfers, 0 is par. Anything below that means that they scored under par. Anything above that means they scored about over par. So I'm just going to give you the answer right there. Go ahead and plug it in. Now we're going to move down. The low temperature in city A is -8. The low temperature in city B is -7. -12. Complete the statement below. Because -8 is, what would we say? Is it greater than or lesser than? Of course, it's greater than -12. The lowest temperature in city A is warmer than the temperature in city B. So here's our 0, here's -8, and below that would be -12. And again, -8 is going to be closer to 0 than -12. So -8 is going to be warmer. Okay, so what they want to know is we're looking at $25. At the end of every day, or every shares of stock end at $25 per share on Friday. So here's Friday. The table shows the amount that the stock is above or below 25 at the end of each following weekday. Okay, so we ended up on Friday was $25, and now we're going to go below. So when it starts to get smaller, like Wednesday, it's closer to 0, and then Thursday gets bigger, then the stock price went up. So what day did the stock increase? It increased on Wednesday because it was less. If we think of this as a 0 mark right here, it was closer to 0 with -64 than it was -1.32. And it also went up from -0.64 to 1.25 on Thursday. On which stock did the price end at its lowest? Well, -1.32 is the smallest out of all of these, so it would have been on Tuesday. And I look at our time, and we are at 12 minutes and 38 seconds, and you are done.